Hello fellow viewers and welcome to our special laboratory. We are the acids and alkalines of the science lab and we will be introducing to you a chemistry topic regarding to acids, bases and salts. We will demonstrate an experiment on how to prepare soluble salts.
I am sulfuric acid and my teammates are hydrochloric acid, the alkali potassium hydroxide and the metal sodium. There are two main methods to prepare soluble salts that go by method A and method B. My good friend sodium and myself, sulfuric acid, will now explain to you the first method. Firstly, let's take a look at method A generally. This method involves combining an acid and a solid metal, base or carbonate to form its soluble salt. For example, let's pretend that our acid is sulfuric acid and our metal is sodium. These are the steps for the experiment.
The first step is to warm the sulfuric acid. In the second step, there are three different ways to proceed, depending on what form of solid you choose. If you use a solid metal, you need to add the sodium metal into the sulfuric acid and wait until no more hydrogen gas is given off. This reaction is the metal plus acid, salt plus hydrogen format. If you use a solid base, you need to add sodium oxide and dip litmus paper into the solution. As basic oxides are alkaline and sulfuric acid is acidic, wait until the litmus paper no longer changes from blue to red. This means that enough alkaline has been added to neutralize the acid. If you use solid carbonate, you need to add sodium carbonate and wait until no more carbon dioxide is given off. The third step is to filter the excess solute out. The fourth step is to gently heat the filtrate and allow crystallization to take place. Dip a glass rod and take it out, and if crystals form on the rod, you can take the filtrate off the heat and allow it to cool. The salt should now be in the form of crystals. The fifth step is, once cooled, filter, wash, and dry the crystals to obtain the soluble salt crystals.
Now, let's move on to method B. Method B, which is the titration method, involves the neutralization of an acid with an alkali.
The materials we need are burette, which is used to measure accurately the volume of the solution added, a pipette, which delivers a fixed volume accurately, an acid and alkaline solution, and last, a conical flask.
The first step is to fill the burette with hydrochloric acid. A pipette is used to place a known volume of potassium hydroxide solution into a conical flask. In the flask, a few drops of an indicator, example for naphthalene, is added.
The second stage involves pouring hydrochloric acid solution from the burette into the flask until the indicator changes its color. After determining the reaction's endpoint, the volume of acid poured into the flask is recorded. After that, the experiment is repeated without the indication, and the flask is next filled with the same known volume of acid as in the first part. Method A describes the third stage, which is when the salt solution is evaporated and cooled to produce crystals. This titration method is useful for creating salts as well as determining the concentration of an acid and alkaline solution.
End of the video. We hope you have learned about the two main methods of preparing soluble salts.